Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 1 for race number 14, Italian Grand Prix for this first season of Career Mode. Obviously, I made a big announcement yesterday that we will be, after Season 1, using a actual sim rig or simulator type steering wheel to play F1 2019 in the future. I'll be finishing off this season on the controller, but yeah, you know, obviously we're heading into race number 2 now, race number 14 now, with 7 rounds left. We got 21 points to our name, and yeah, hopefully this can be another good Grand Prix. Now, in terms of paper, on paper, actually, we're looking pretty strong here for a solid result. And the reason why I say that is because, well, we technically do have a fairly decent engine at the moment in career mode, but this doesn't guarantee us anything. So we have to go into this like any other race, of course. So yeah, hopefully we can now, you know, have a good result here in Italy and prove what our engine is capable of anyway. So yeah, let's get into things. Meant to be, I believe, a dry race weekend for once, which is good. So yeah, let's see how we can do. So obviously, you know, this will be the final Italian Grand Prix I probably do, certainly in a career mode on the controller, before we move into that wheel type, you know, experience. Nonetheless, let's still make it a good one, and already finding the gravel, so not a great start if you look at it from that angle. In the race weekend, down into turn 1, still not yet hit turn 1 yet. One of the fastest, by the way, tracks in terms of straight line speed. Lowest drag setting we'll have here this race weekend, and yeah, hopefully that will just reward us. Now we are gonna run probably 3 wings here rather than the traditional 2-2 or the 1-1, because I do fancy a bit more downforce. We do have the worst car for downforce, by the way, which is something I feel could hinder us a little bit. So I'm going to run a bit more downforce maybe than those other teams, but in terms of drag, we're pretty good. So yeah, down now into the Ascari chicane. This is one of my favourite corners in the Formula 1 calendar, through the Ascari chicane, through turn 10. Now we've only got the one final corner, Parabolica. Now Parabolica, really tough to get right. 9 times out of 10 though, when got right, it can be a lovely corner, all about carrying the momentum and speed through there and getting a good run out Parabolica before a short run to the line, and that's us across the line then there in our first practice program then of today. So we racked up a purple score then there, which is good. So we're now gonna, as I say, pawn that car setup. We're gonna run obviously slightly higher wing than recommended. Also gonna have a bit more throttle here because there are some sweeping long right-handers. Otherwise, everything's pretty good. Gonna lower tire pressure just a tad then there, and that should just help us out. Now let's see how our race pace is looking. So here we go then. So this is for the race runs. Of course, race runs not quite the same as obviously the qualifying run. This won't give us like an indication on how fast we are. It will just give us an indication of our straight line pace and race pace. and where we could be in the race. So long we're around, I'd say a lap quicker than our lap delta, then this is good. So down into turn 1, obviously probably gaining a little bit from the toe here, because, you know, Magnussen obviously just in front, a little bit out wide, onto the curb. Now we're flat out up into the next chicane, more or less, and again gonna be getting a bit of slipstream here, 100%. Now slipstream around here, very, very good. In fact, probably the best place for a slipstream of the entire season, if you would like one, more or less. So yeah, very, very good to have a slipstream here. Really does help out so much, obviously, as we come and approaching the Ascari chicane now. Just focusing on the exit, because we can get a good exit here. We should be able to get the move done on Kevin Magnussen. First car we're going to overtake of the race weekend on Kevin Magnussen, down the inside of Parabolica, gone a bit deep into the corner, which just allows Magnussen to come back on the inside. So having a bit of a scrap with K-Mag here, but we're going to obviously just pick up again a bit more of a draft, and you can see how much more pace we've got compared to Magnussen in a straight line, which is nice to see, of course, that as a result. And yeah, nice to see that we're certainly quicker than Kevin Magnussen with the Ferrari engine, obviously, he has in a straight line. That's really, really positive to see, of course. Alright, now Magnussen will begin a slipstream from me. However, we're pulling away from that 1 second DRS, which is obviously the good thing. Obviously, you need to still be within a reasonable distance to pick up a DRS, but you know, in terms of a toe, he'll be certainly getting that from me right now, and yeah, he'll be benefiting from all of that from the toe. And now as we head down into Parabolica, this time we want to get braking zone right. We've got no traffic, clean air in front of me, so important to get a good turn in, and that's how I like to do it. Get a nice turn in, clip the apex almost, then just get a beautiful run off the turn, which is so, so important. So last lap of the 3-lap run, and pace looking solid, has to be said. Braking a little bit late there, so we're losing a bit of time as we sort of had to run out wide, narrow the next corner, sort of thing, sort of like a ripple effect, you know, when you see, if you chuck a stone or skim a stone off the water, you get ripples, or mini waves, you could call them. Right, so not as maybe quick on the Delta this time through Ascari. Again, another good run through there, and that was dreadful. Had a good first part, but a very poor middle part and last part, sort of just understood. We'll try again, because we were up on the Delta. We've been doing okay up till now, sort of thing. And again, another, right, we'll give it one last attempt. Jeez, what is going on? The car is certainly slipping from underneath me, and luckily we kept on that time. But the car was sliding, so is tyre wear high? 13%, 3 laps? Not too sure. Very, very odd. Haven't felt that on the last 2 laps, which is certainly odd. Got 2 times up them there on the delta, so that will give us a purple score. Right, so that is the R&D session done.
The session has drawn to a close.
In terms of pace, well, I think it's safe to say we're a bit ahead of our teammates. And yeah, we're looking solid, both myself and my teammate, but it looks like we're ahead of our teammate, which is good, of course. That is what we want to see. So yeah, can't complain there, of course. But now we'll find out where we are. So can we make top 10? Can we make a third top 10 position this year, you know, during the course of this season? Or will we be eliminated in Q1? Could we get through to Q2? These are the questions that we want answering. I think, okay, a good result would be top end of Q2, a very, very close elimination from Q2 into Q3 sort of thing. That has to be, I think, our goal. I think we should easily get through to Q2, of course. I think Q2 shouldn't be a problem. Q3 is going to be a bit more difficult to get through, of course. So, yeah. Obviously, certainly think Q1 will be a breeze. I don't think we have too many problems here in Q1. I think it's just about getting in that clean lap and making sure the lap is good enough for the, well, for that cut-off point, of course. Obviously, it can be always difficult to call from practice, though. Like, yeah, it's one of them where you just can never be too sure. But this time we're out first on the track. Obviously, I may already concede that position to the Ferrari, who's behind me, of either Charles or Vettel. I think it's Vettel. But I don't want to be in front of a Ferrari and giving that a tow and then delaying it, or racing the Ferrari. I just want to be somewhat behind towards the end of the lap. So we're going to go medium pace here. Not going to go too fast. Going to make sure we get round on time. We don't lose too much. I'm just going to stay probably within, once it's passed, probably let it pass before Parabolica, the Ferrari, and then just stay right up its rear. So we pick up a nice slipstream. It's Leclerc. So hopefully Leclerc does a decent lap. Because if we can stay within touching distance of Charles, that us through to Q1, Q2, sorry, easy. Right, so probably gonna let Charles through any minute now, or any second now, should I say. So probably let Charles through before turn. I'm gonna turn up the engine note now. Right, here goes, there goes Charles, and here we go along with Charles. So just drop back just a tad, just so we can pick up the slipstream enough just to make it work. I don't want to compromise the lap, if you understand where I'm coming from. I just want the slipstream to work, and look how fast we are in a straight line. I'll take that again. 2:17. Now, obviously, this is where Leclerc probably will start pulling away from us, because whilst, yes, we got the slipstream and we're still going to pick up such a nice tow, obviously, Charles, in this middle part of the lap, will probably start just coming into his own. However, Charles hasn't really pulled away too much, I don't feel. I'm still going to pick up a nice slipstream here. I'll tell you, maximum Charles pulled away is no more than half a second to a second right now, which is good news for us. And Charles is still probably only a little bit ahead. We've somehow managed to keep up with Charles here because of a tow. And only 2/10 down. I did say we were very decent then there. I did have a good feeling about that lap. Now we're going to get away nicely for Kevin Magnussen, who's breaking into turn 1, of course. So yeah. obviously, so yeah, that was a fairly decent lap, you could say. We proper gave Charles Leclerc a tow. Now, what I may do, I may actually go onto the back straight and sort of give my teammate a tow. Try and speed up a little bit here, so not Gasly, Albon can get a bit of a tow as well, because if we can get it safely through to Q2, this would be very, very good for us as a team, Toro Rosso. Like, that was fairly decent, so wanna be careful how we play it here, because we got I think one of the Force Indias, either of Stroll or Perez just behind. But we also want to give our teammate the tow, so gonna get out of the way probably now through the corner. Alright, come on. Oh, I knew I ballsed that up. Right, I'm just gonna use a flashback, okay guys, I'm not gonna do that again. Because clearly Perez is I think it was Perez who passed us, or Stroll, doesn't want to play ball. So yeah, it looks like we're safely through, I would have thought, because we're up there with some of the top guys in P3, so I don't really see how we can be eliminated now from this position. No, I'm not saying like we're through, but certainly looks it for first time with like that tow really gained us some time there in all points. I want to make sure of something quickly, just to double check, because I know I've been doing that 0% AI challenge. I hope, one thing I hope, the AI aren't on 0%, because if they are, that has messed up things, certainly. Just want to make sure. Gameplay settings. No, 94% AI difficulties. Oh yes, I'm happy that the AI is not on 0%, so that is then a genuine time. Just wanted to make sure. Like, obviously, time looks now far worse since Lewis Hamilton set his lap, who is 8/10 clear of us, but still. It's a fairly good time. I think we're through here. I don't see really much cause for concern. Even if they did, let's say, go faster than us, we're still in third. Like, we're 2/10 clear ahead of Bottas. So yeah, I have no concern here. We should be safely through. And yes, we are P5 then for us then there. So only 9/10 off, thanks to Charles Leclerc of the tow, who gave us that lovely tow, of course. My teammate is out then there. Okay, he may have been a slightly compromised, but I don't think, clearly there, that is a good, what, second to safety away. So Albon starting last, we will certainly be going through to Q2. Have no idea where we will be after Q2, of course, but this could be very, very interesting weekend again for the Toro Rosso team and for us as a team. So yeah, looking very, very good then here. Obviously, oh, I did not want to do that. That is a mistake, a bit of an error. Shouldn't have done that, because I hate simming time forward. And the reason why I don't like doing it is because of that. I guess actually there, the tyre wear ain't that bad, but it's, I don't like doing that. I like driving out of a garage, personally. Right, our final turn anyway. Have to go for it anyway. Bit delayed on opening up the DRS. Now let's see how much slower we are without the tow. 3 miles, around 3 to 4 miles per hour. That's a lot of speed actually when you look at it in that light, I think. Like, yeah, that is a lot of speed, deficit wise.
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
That's why I don't like simming out the laps, because, or the out lap, or the end lap, because you get, they don't warm up the tyres right. The AI, I don't feel, ever. And it's harder to get than a lap in. You can't get a feel for the tyre nor the track properly in terms of how it's rubbered in or stuff like that. And that's my problem. One thing I beg all of you to do is not sim that out lap. Because it is crucial, I think, in F1 games. See, honestly, I honestly feel when it comes to the second lap, you'll see what I mean. By it is crucial. Because I'm gonna try and do a faster lap on a newer set of tyres. Alright. So that's first lap done.
We have 2 laps of
Not
fuel
happy
remaining.
with that. Need to find something better. In terms of ICE and all our engine components, they all look rather fine. Shouldn't be any worries. Get out of the way for Sebastian Vettel. How much did that? Wow, so abusing the gearbox in this game does actually have quite a bit of an effect. That's why in this game, this year's game, it's very important to come smoothly down the gears. So don't abuse the gearbox in this game, because that went from 39 to 46. That's 7% of an increase in gearbox wear. So yeah, huge gearbox increase in the wear just after that little downshift. Right, let's sim forward the
Our
time.
best lap so far is a 1:23.4.
Could we get into Q3 on that set of tyres? No, I'm not even going to risk it. Forget that. I may try that in Q3. Go out on the medium. Why not? Who knows? Towards the end of a session. Maybe. We'll see. So long we're in Q3, of course. Right.
We're 15th in the speed
Gonna go
trap,
now.
203.0 miles per hour. When
Now
you're
this
ready,
time,
let's
obviously,
go.
we can drive out, we can get a feel for the track, we can get a feel for the tyres, the car, the engine, just to really feel the car. And that's what it's about, really, learning to feel the car. That's what I find, best technique I find, anyway. Because if you don't feel the car in terms of its behaviour characteristics, you won't have a clue on how to handle it in the first corner. So, you know, you just want to take a image of the track, more or less. Screen like imagine taking a photo of each corner. Picture your lap, as I would describe. So, through here, we want to be flat out, maybe as close to that corner as possible. Then get a nice exit like that, you know, then come down the gears, 4th gear maybe, who knows, maybe one lower than that, you know, just experiment on this outlap. That's what outlaps are about, you know, just to probably experiment, you know, feel the car, see where you think you can take a bit more speed, feel where you can't take the speed, then, you know, let the car go. More or less, once you got the picture in your head on where you can place the car, then as soon as you get to the end of the lap, now you want to start focusing, do a little bit of warm up, make sure your tyres are in the right place, you know, learn the braking zone, then crucially focus on this last corner exit. And here, been okay exit, wasn't bad. Right, a little bit down again on the delta, but I'm going to try and gain in the corners. Right now, down in all 3 so far the sectors, and by a long, long way. That's us out. I don't care. Luckily, we didn't break the car, but yeah, that's gone. That's the lap over. Just slowly turn the car around. We'll just pit, box this lap.
Understood, stopping this lap.
Right, yeah. I don't know what happened there. We were down, like, we did try and gain time through the Parabolica section, but nothing. Absolutely nothing, despite saying what to do. Very, very odd. Very odd. Had a very good first session, has to be said. That leaves me very confused. You know, very, very confused with why the pace weren't there in the second session of quali. Where did it go? Where did all that time go, like that we clearly had? We had about a good second to safety. And our best lap from Q2 would have, I think, got us through. More or less. Or would have been very close indeed. Certainly a lot closer than what we've done there. Where did all that time go? That's the question. How did that time go from, you know, that in Q1 to this elimination in Q2? I have no idea. At least though, I guess the advantage is we will be starting outside the top 10 on a fresh set of tyres, but the disadvantage is still gotta make up places if we want to finish inside the top 10 for at least a few points at least. So,
Well done. That was
yeah.
a good qualifying performance.
Well, not by my standards. It weren't good. We went through in Q1 easily. Got eliminated in Q2. Like we had no pace in the car.
With the race minutes away from starting.
Anyway, let's not dwell on the past. Let's focus on the future.
Okay, this is the team's
And it looks
home
like
race. We're all relying
we've been moved up the grid. Now this is technically the team's home race, because if you don't know, Scuderia Toro Rosso are from Italy, so obviously,
Okay, how was
yeah.
the pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
Bit nice, tyres warmed up.
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions looking good.
So, obviously getting the tyres nice and warm. Right side just need to be that warmer. Alright, here we go then. For the Italian Grand Prix. Not quite happy with the right front in terms of the warmth of that tyre. So, yeah, first corner is a right-hander, so that may have a bit of bearing going down into that corner, but otherwise, looking forward to the race here, starting P14. So I think Grosjean has taken a penalty, or one of the back markers, but nonetheless, 5 red lights, it's lights out and away we go for the Italian Grand Prix. It hasn't been a great start, but nor has it been too bad. It's not my worst start of the season as starts go. Norris down the inside, someone moved, it was Grosjean who sort of moved across me, and bit of contact in that first corner, but going through that first corner and we're more or less 15th, battling with Norris now over that position, and obviously going to pick up slipstream from here from Norris. Gonna sort of back out there, don't feel like there was enough space given for 2 cars, so obviously just gonna back out slightly just to protect our position and basically our wing, so we can go racing today. Do the smart thing, as one would say. Next up is Russell. Russell's gonna come to the right hand side, gonna squeeze him just a tad here. Russell Joe breezes around the outside there then. So Magnussen next behind me, and Magnussen next to overtake. Of course, Magnussen's again gonna have a slipstream. Magnussen's gonna dart to the outside line. We take it defensive down into Parabolica, taking the inside line. Luckily on Parabolica you have such a better chance of winning the corner so long you're on the inside. But here's the long run now down into turn 1. Absolutely, the car is nowhere right now in a straight line for whatever reason, despite having one of the better engines on the grid. And yeah, this is certainly costing time.
Increase the ERS deployment.
So gonna try and gain back the slipstream from Kevin Magnussen And Magnussen, obviously, gonna give us that slipstream. Gonna go down the inside, not enough room given and too far back to make any challenge. And Albon's hit me. Albon has literally hit me there then. Albon's off. What an idiot. Let's have a look at what even happened. So Albon's on the inside. I don't know. I feel like there isn't any room there. I would have certainly backed out and gone, you know. Because, okay, I can go more to the right, but even then, look how much of a tyre he's got in alongside. He's barely got his rear wing and front wing, sorry, alongside. In the corner, it's always going to be my corner. So that's us round, and this race has gone bad to worse, basically. So, yeah, this race has really gone up on its head, I guess, you could say. And really, unless there's some sort of safety car, now we're just battling for 18th, aren't we? There's not really much hope here now, so it looks like we're really just battling between ourselves as teammates. Let's not try and make any more contact as things would go, because that wouldn't be good here. So
okay, when
yeah,
entering somewhere on the ICE, be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
alright, next up is Albon in this, I guess, one-man recovery race.
DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. You're pulling out a second lap on the car behind.
So really, we're just fighting, well, I'm fighting my teammate plus Devon Butler here for P18, 19 and 20, really, unless we catch up to the point where we can maybe make 1 or 2 overtakes, which isn't going to be easy.
Engine is looking a little worn. Power output will be less than optimal.
So, obviously we're now on lap 3. Both Albon and I pushing here. I may make a move, so long we're close enough. Here we go then, on my teammate, on Albon. Albon's going to go defensive. We're going to go on the inside line. Take that inside. Going to have to hop across the curb. I'm going to give back the position to my teammate. I feel like that'd be the sporting thing to do, because I didn't get the move done without, obviously, going off the circuit. And yeah, went very deep into the braking zone. So yeah, I feel like I've done the right thing there to hand back my teammate rightfully what is sort of like his position right now. Balls. That was a huge, despite giving back my teammate position, the F1 gods don't forgive me. They really, really don't, actually. Speaking of about the F1 gods, making me now run deep into the next corner.
A new strategy is available on the MFT.
So, requesting me to change strategy. We're going to do that, actually. I feel like that's a better strategy anyway. So, pace-wise, not really much can do, like, at the moment, regardless of pace.
Let's turn up the ERS deployment and burn some of this energy.
So Butler obviously not catching. We're easily keeping up with our teammate. I think my teammate would easily be able to keep up with me anyway. Like, we're not doing spectacular laps. And that's now just put me a little bit further behind my teammate again. Not going to pick up any DRS either here, so that's how far now we're behind. I have that 1 second time window. To get DRS, like all circuits, you need to be within the 1 second time window to get the DRS. Alright, so we should come out just ahead of the Mercedes, but obviously Mercedes will re-overtake us as it's done its pit stop. Dropping car slightly on the exit. So really just pushing now.
Okay, we've got plenty of energy. Switch to overtake and have a go.
Alright, let's get Albon here.
Box, box, box.
Through the Ascari chicane. Nice overtake on my teammate. Now we're coming in this lap, so no matter what my teammate does, he can't prevent me from coming in. So stick to the right hand side. There we go, so in we come. We're going to have a nice clean pit stop here.
Go, go, go.
Why isn't the car going? Jeez. I hate pit stops in this game, sorry to say. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane despite we never sped. Because I know we were certainly under 50 there. You see what I mean? Just ridiculous. You held forever.
Complete, go now.
Why wasn't it? I really need to work out how to get, you know, the clutch right so we can just go. No, I just don't understand it. It feels, to me it feels too, how can you put it, random maybe would be the terminology. It just feels too inconsistent to the point where, you know, it's impossible to use. It feels very inconsistent, and when something feels inconsistent, that's not a nice feeling, trust me. Unlike last year, Last year, okay, right, if you got a bad pit stop, it was really, I feel, your fault. Whereas in this game, I feel like if you get a bad pit stop, is your fault, obviously, but why is it your fault? I don't understand, if that makes sense. It feels a lot more inconsistent, you know, this year compared to last year's game, I honestly feel. Like, I want to see a bit more consistency on that. If they do release a patch, I would hope they patch that bit of the game as well. Just to make it maybe more consistent, so if you, let's say you do come in for a pit stop, it will release you when you got the optimal revs and you've already clutched up, sort of thing. So we're a lot closer to Kubica here now. And I think we're now probably fighting Kubica based on where Kubica is on the circuit. He's only less than 2 seconds up the road, probably actually less than a second, so looks like we're fighting for P17 here then in this race. Like, yeah, Weber in 18th, I don't think we'll catch him. Feel like the front midfield is too far ahead. Who's speeding up again?
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag. Just gotta hope no VSC comes out or safety car, because that would more or less ruin our potential chances.
Some information on Stroll.
And it's Stroll.
From his terminal. They're retiring the car.
Jeez, that put me off, because we had to take a very shallow line there into that one, and yeah, that really does affect your run through there.
Alexander is in the pits.
Right, no safety, no safety, no safety.
Safety car. No overtaking. Reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
I'm gonna go first set of mediums. I know where I came out in front, but I want fresh set of mediums. Stroll's out, might as well. We're gonna get safety car. Might as well save also fuel.
Release, release.
Alright. So we've literally got fresh set of tyres.
Overtake the safety car. You may overtake the safety car. It is waiting to pick up the leader.
Why are we not exceeding the delta? Like, don't you want the field to bunch out? Here, like, or what?
Drop your speed. Our delta
I don't
is
really
too
understand
low.
why
Risk
are we not
penalty.
exceeding
Slow your pace immediately.
or allowed to go to safety car pace. Like, because you want people to bunch up, you gotta let them bunch up. If you understand, you can't, you know, go.
Laps of fuel remaining.
I'm not saying let's go full throttle, just saying let us go at least so we can catch up. Otherwise that would be most awkward safety car. And whereas it's, so long as all your sectors are red, then that don't really matter, if that makes sense. You're not gaining on anyone, you're just going normal pace under a safety car. So long this sector like would be red in my opinion, that's okay. If it was purple, I think, yeah, give me a penalty, because it would be safety car if you understand. Or if it was green, That means we're going faster than what we said earlier. See, 9/10 off our actual race, our best lap on race pace. So I imagine safety car will be in next lap overall, which obviously then just allows us to go racing once again. I hope it won't be this lap, because otherwise we're out of the order. So yeah, it does look like it'll be this lap. Safety car's going quite quick though, has to be said, even though we probably will catch up, probably by the end of a lap. Or halfway, certainly through next lap, we'll catch up. Feels like it was just... Alright, so should easily get there. You can see now the back of the field, which is good. So I'm going to say by the end of this straight into Lesmo 1, that's where we're going to catch them. Maybe Lesmo 2 will be the catching point. Yeah, Lesmo 2. I did say Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2. I guess really both the same, so yeah.
Right, pick up the pace a touch, please. We need to close to
So safety car should be in now.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags.
So, we've got a fresh set of tyres, a warm set as well.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Come on, go.
Green flag, we're racing again.
So Albon's made a good start, we made an okay start. See, that's how my teammate should have done it the first time, a silly person. Could have said something else there, but didn't, chose not to. Alright, let's try and just now get as far up the field as possible. One more lap to go then here in the Italian Grand Prix. Let's try and get Butler, so long our teammate doesn't have the same plan. Teammate is giving me a run for my money.
This is your final lap of the race.
I feel like me and Albon in the game have really fallen out as drivers on the track. We're too, how can you put it, touchy. Well, we're too much of Like, we're very good drivers, I'd say. We're probably too much banging wheels,
There's
I'm
only
finding.
one lap of fuel remaining. Gap to car in front is 1.6 seconds.
Down the inside, easy overtake. So P18, Vettel wins for Ferrari in Italy. It's a Ferrari victory. We will come home in the barriers. My teammate
Okay, pick up
crashed me out there, more or less. I don't know what my teammate was thinking then there. Wow, that was a bit aggressive from my teammate surely in the end. But otherwise, yeah.
Now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to... Let's
So
have a quick look at how the
Vettel
driver
wins,
standings have changed.
then
Sebastian Vettel will be very happy with that result
and yes.
as he extends his championship lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Vettel now 7 points
certainly had my eye today. He made impressive gains
ahead
during the race.
It's time to
of
check
his
out the constructors'
rivals,
standings.
20 points ahead
Ferrari
of
take the lead at the top
Hamilton.
of the table. I'm equal parts exhausted
Is
and
this
elated with this weekend
a
of
turning
Formula
point in
One.
the
Be sure
championship
to join
for
us.
Ferrari? Who knows? The only thing I can say though is, for sure, it's not the result Mercedes wants to be now behind with only now 7 races, well 6 races you could almost say remaining. So yeah, not many points, 250 up for grabs in the Drivers' Championship. But in terms of constructors, obviously still enough.
It's been a tough
Yeah.
weekend.
Tough weekend is, I guess, one way you could describe it. But this will be the final upgrade now. So this is our car going forward for the rest of this season. We probably will be taking grid penalty somewhere else later on this season at some point, of course. There is no doubt, I don't think, in my mind, that possibility. But what I can say is it looks certainly like it's going to be now an uphill battle from here till the end of the season with this car, possibly. And yeah, hopefully we can now save enough points also for a potential regulation reset. So yeah, that'll be vital going into next season, saving them points. And yeah, here's a circuit though we came to last year, where on last year's game, certainly in last year's title, we didn't really find it that great as a circuit. Hopefully that changes this year. Hopefully we can be a bit more better like Baku, or maybe even like Monaco, and just be a bit more competitive compared to last year's game. That's what I'd love, but we'll have to wait and see. So thank you for joining. See you all next time for another video. Until then, I'm your host Julian, over and out.